Hi yogis, my name is Vicky and welcome to H2O Yoga. I'm super excited to be here to practice with you today. Our practice is dedicated today to our body's relationship with water. Our postures will be focused on giving nourishment to our kidneys and urinary bladder, as well as stimulating the energy pathways in which they flow. That means a lot of work with our inner thighs, our hips, our groin area, our lower backs, our thoracolumbar spine, the backs of our legs, as well as the tops of our feet and ankles. Perhaps you'll need a block or a strap. If so, keep those close to you for today's practice. And I hope you're as excited as I am. We're going to start today with a little bit of visualization. So find a position that's comfortable for you. Sukhasana, perhaps, as I'm seated, crisscross applesauce your legs, or perhaps child's pose is a better, more comfortable position for you. Rest your hands on your thighs, your knees, and gently close your eyes and find a nice long spine from your tailbone to the crown of your head. Steady your mind, body, and spirit. And as your eyes are closed, perhaps you imagine yourself at the bottom of the depths of the ocean floor. You notice the coolness and the darkness that surrounds you. And as you're there, you feel yourself slowly start to rise and elevate, shedding, leaving behind the weight of anything that's holding you down. As you start to rise and elevate the depths of the water, you begin to feel a sense of lightness of your body as you float towards the surface. And as you continue to rise, you see and feel the sunlight that slowly starts to glisten and break the surface of the water's edge. And as you start to break through, the sunlight hits your face and the warmth engulfs you with a feeling and a sense of peace and joy and serenity. You take that visualization, slowly open your eyes. We're going to take that visualization into our practice as we begin to initiate the breath. Let's first take a deep breath, inhale. And exhale, open mouth, sigh it out. One more time, inhale, deep breath. Exhale, good, let the breath go. Now soften your lips and seal your lips together. We're going to take a count of 5 of inhales and exhales. Slow your breath. Inhale, count of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, release the breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's do 2 more rounds. And give yourself a count to yourself. Inhale. And exhale. Another inhale. And exhale. And now that you've connected to the calmness of your breath, go ahead and gently open your eyelids with that sense of calm and that sense of warmth, joy, and peace that you found in your visualization. And we can practice with that. Come on and find a Baddha Konasana. Simply place the soles of your feet together, spread your knees wide, and butterfly the knees open. For more engagement of the hips and the inner thighs, you can bring your heels closer to your pelvis or slide your toes a little bit further towards the sunlight, the horizon of your mat. However is most comfortable for you. You'll find that your edge, or everyone's edge, is different. So you just want to feel it in the target areas, which if that's your inner thighs, your hips, Nice long spine. You want to feel this in your groin area as well. So whatever it takes for you to feel that without too much stress, go ahead and come into that position. Good. Melt the edges of your feet together, your inner edges of your feet together. And take your hands, place them the back of your hips and your buttocks, and bring your fingertips to cup. And then your fingers should face the back of your mat. Good. Now lengthen through your arms. Lift your shoulders high. And on your inhale, deep breath in. And exhale, deep breath out. On your next inhalation, see if you can send and convex your chest forward. Embrace a slight back bend with your lower back. And exhale, press your fingertips into your mat. And your arms should begin to straighten. One more inhale. You should feel this in your lower back and continually in your lower abdominal muscles, your groin area and your inner thighs. Good. Continue to breathe. Inhale. And exhale, release. Lift your fingertips from your mat. And on your next inhale, we develop a little bit of more of a yan, or yin rather, aspect of our Baddha Konasana. Bring your fingertips and walk them a little further forward towards the horizon of your mat. Lower your forearms down, or option to keep them lifted. Good, so embrace a little bit of a forward fold. So we're going to compress our torso down towards our heels and our feet. Lower the crown of your head and breathe. One more inhale here. And feel this in your groin area. Now we've engaged the thoracolumbar spine, lengthening from your hips all the way to the crown of your head, and exhale. One more inhale. You might find that you might be lowering down a little bit more. You're finding your edge of the posture. Exhale, release the breath. Good. On your next inhale, slowly rise. And exhale, find a Sukhasana easy pose. Crisscross your legs. And inhale, rock forward. Find a tabletop posture. First tabletop of the day. Keep your wrists under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. A nice long spine from the crown of your head all the way to your tailbone. Good. Keep your neck in line with your spine. So you may find you might have to raise the crown of your head or lower it slightly. A one straight line of energy from your tailbone to the crown of your head. And then soften your gaze down between your index fingers and your thumbs. Inhale, deep breath in, press firmly into your mat. Exhale, good. Rotate the shoulders externally right to left as you press the tops of your feet into your mat. Inhale, re-engage the breath. And exhale, downward facing dog. First down dog of our practice today. Good. Keep your feet hip width distance apart. Press your heels down into your mat and find flexion of your chest towards your thighs. Soften your gaze between your heels. Let your head hang super heavy. You'll feel that rush of blood to your face, which is perfectly normal. That blood flow is also helping to stimulate our urinary bladder meridians that begin in our inner corners of our eyes. Good, down to your forehead as it runs across. Lengthening the kidney meridians as they flow down the backs of your legs. You'll feel that from hips all the way to your heels. One more inhale, deep breath in. Exhale, release the breath. Now we're going to inhale all the way over to down dog twist. So we're going to send our hips to the left of our mat. Use the edges, inner edges and outer edges of our feet rather, just to slice the bottom of our mat, resting towards the outer edge of that left pinky toe. Again, stimulating our kidney meridian that begins right in that outer edge of our toes. Good. Deep breath in. Exhale, go ahead and release that. Switch back to the ball bounds of your feet. Sink your hips back down towards the earth. And we're going to even that out and do the other side. Inhale, rock your hips on over to the right side. Even things out. Press the palms into the earth. Let your hips sink to the right side of your mat. Inhale, deep breath. Exhale, coming back into downward facing dog. Good.
Inhale, lift to the ball mounds of your feet, heels nice and high. Exhale, slow baby steps as we engage the core. Walk your toes forward to your fingertips and release into a forward fold. Soften through your knees. Gonna rest that thoracic lumbar spine. Get long from hips to crown of head. Perhaps you take a ragdoll. Cross your arms or let them hang loose. Sway gently right to left. A little release in our hips from a down dog twist. Good. Keep your feet firmly into the earth. We're going to inhale, come into a halfway lift. Lift your chest. Good. Place your hands on your shins or your thighs. You want to get long from crown of head to your tailbone. So as you press into your shins, send your shoulders back towards your tailbone and then keep your neck in line with your spine. As you peek over your toes, maybe you imagine yourself looking through a clear body of water. You can see straight through to the coral reef. Good. Remember, this is all about our body's relationship with water here. Good. Inhale, deep breath in. Re-engage. Exhale, forward fold once more. Soften through your knees. Now inhale, we're going to slowly rise. I'm going to find Tadasana. Feet are still firmly planted into the earth. We're going to bring our palms to face the sunlight, the horizon, or our mat. Slowly slide the inner, or rather outer edges of your pinkies down towards the outer edges of your feet. Good. Send your shoulders back. Keep your core engaged. Deep breath, inhale. And on your exhale, take your hands and your thumbs and place your thumbs in your lower back, and then the rest of your fingers right on your hips. Good. Inhale, deep breath in, inflate your elbows inward towards one another, and then you'll feel the pressure of your thumbs on your lower back. Good. Compressing the kidneys a little bit here and convexing and inflating your chest forward. Squeeze your shoulders on an inward rotation. Inhale, deep breath in. Good. Exhale, a little bit more pressure. Elbows move inward towards one another. Good. Inhale, one more breath. Exhale, go ahead and release now into a forward fold. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Slide up. Good. Exhale, forward fold. One more time. Inhale, Tadasana. Slide up. Send your fingers down towards the outer edges of your feet. Inhale, lift your hands, and exhale. Place your thumbs on the back of your buttocks here and send your elbows in. Inhale, inflate the chest forward, convex your lower back. Good. Exhale, release into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, press into your shins. Exhale, high plank. Plant your palms. Find a nice linear one straight line of energy. Tuck your tailbone under, just a little bit forward towards your wrist. Good. Inhale, slowly lower down and find a Sphinx pose. You're going to rest into the tops of your feet. Keep your feet hip-width distance apart. For more of a back bend, you might want to bring your feet a little bit closer. I'm going to stick here. Do what feels comfortable for you. Remember, it's all about finding the edge of the posture. Place your forearms on the mat. Spread your palms wide, so your elbows should be right under your shoulders. You're going to lift your chest and heart. Send your shoulders back towards your tailbone. Press into the tops of your feet. Remember, your target areas are going to be your ankles, the tops of your feet, your lower lumbar spine. A little bit of a heart opener with convexing your chest forward and embracing that slight back bend. Inhale, deep breath. Good. Exhale, send the shoulders a little bit back. One more inhale, find the breath once more. Not that it's lost, just connect with it. Exhale, go on and release down. Good. Inhale, rise back up, find Sphinx pose once more. And on an exhale, release your fingers and then come on back up and sink your hips to your heels and find a child's pose. Good. Now, if your hips don't quite connect to your heels, you're more than welcome to take your block, place them between your heels and sink your buttocks right in your block.
Believe it or not, child's pose is not an easy posture, and we're all built differently anatomically. So if your butt doesn't quite reach your heels, just make adjustments. It's all about, again, those target areas. Target areas in this posture, again, is a compression of your chest forward, compression of the tops of your feet, stimulating those kidney meridians in your ankles. Lower the crown of your head down towards your mat. We're going to press the crown of our head down and extend our fingertips forward. Our urinary bladder meridian runs from our inner eyes, travels up across our forehead. So this compression of our forehead on our mat is a great way to stimulate here. Good. Pressing the tops of our feet, flexion of our toes back towards our mat. Good. And buttocks on our block or our heels. Good. We're going to inhale, slowly rise up. Find a tabletop posture. Just here for a moment. And now exhale, we're going to find, let me scoot back just a little bit so you can see me here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Curl the toes under. This next down dog should feel a little bit more comfortable than your first one. You should really be into it now. Remember our target areas of our down dog, the backs of our legs, that blood flow all the way down to our forehead. Good, nice vitality to our facial muscles. Inhale, lift your heels. Just press into the ball mounds of your feet. Good, and exhale, sink your heels down to your mat. Good. Inhale, raise your right heel high. Find a three-legged dog. Send your right heel up into space. Lengthen through your left heel. All the way from your tailbone, your hips, to the left heel of your foot. Keep your right toes flexed and dial your right hip down in space. Inhale, deep breath. Exhale, remember your lightness that we talked about in our visualization. Step that foot forward. Gently land between your hands. Option to keep your fingertips lifted or send your palms down and lower your shoulders down. Keep that length in your left leg, that left heel extended. Inhale, find here, hold your breath. Exhale, release. Now inhale, we're going to find a high crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Keep that back heel lifted. Maintain your front foot firmly into the earth. Lift your chest and heart. Raise your hands high. Spread your fingertips wide. Let's pay attention to what's going on. What are our target areas here? Our target areas, the lengthening the back line of the leg. We're going to embrace the buoyancy of our chest. Maybe embrace a slight back bend. So scoop out your lower back. Send your fingertips back into space and allow your arms to frame your ears. Inhale, deep breath in. Exhale, let's move right into a warrior two. So you're going to rest that back heel down onto your mat. Press into the outer edge of your left pinky. Maintain your front knee over your ankle. And then send your arms long east to west. So you may want to make a slight adjustment. Send your shoulders back so they're stacked right over your hips. And then you want to see what's going on in your legs. Feel your left hip open up. You should feel your right groin stimulated here. Inhale. Exhale, sink a little bit down further into it. Now listen. Inhale, we're going to tee our arms. I'm going to face the camera, so I'm going to, wherever you are, you're welcome to stay. So you're going to tee your arms. Good. Splay your pelvis forward, heels in, toes out, long arms, east to west. Inhale, deep breath in. Now listen. Exhale, we're going to come into goddess pose. Keep your heels in and toes out. Bring your pelvis a little further forward. Send your shoulders back. Option to have your hands where they are, wherever they fall and are most comfortable. Maybe palms face together, shoulders back. Maybe you take more of a goalpost arms. Spread your hands wide. If they're this way, make sure your elbows in sort of good alignment with your shoulders. Good. You should feel a nice elongation from your tailbone all the way to the top of your head and your thoracic spine. Again, your target areas, as you continue to breathe freely, are your inner thighs, your hips. Feet are firmly planted into the earth. And we're gonna embrace a little bit of lightness here. So you're in goddess pose. Option to stay here or option to lift your heels. Good. Think lightness here. You'll feel a little bit more engagement in your inner thighs and your groin area. And that's fine. Hold here for another breath. Good. Exhale, go ahead and release into a wide-legged forward fold. So send your toes inward, heels out. Lower the crown of your head to the bottom of your mat. And then press your hamstrings back towards the wall behind you. Remember your target areas here. All the way. You should feel this in the back of your thighs. You're going to feel this, the flexion of your chest forward. You're going to feel your thoracic spine lengthen. Should feel really good after goddess pose. Good. Press firmly into your mat. Good. Keep your wrist right under your shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift, wide-legged halfway lift. Press your hands into your shins or your thighs. Send your shoulders back. Still working with the spine here. Big inhale. Good. Exhale, find a low lunge towards the top of your mat. Good. Inhale, step forward. Exhale, lower down. We're going to find staff pose. Shove your heels towards the horizon of your mat. Place your hands next to your hips. Find a nice long spine all the way from the crown of your head down to your buttocks. Good. Feel that connection of your sit bones onto the earth. Now flex through your toes. So send your toes back towards your pelvis and shove the heels forward. Where should you feel this? You want to feel this again in the back of your legs. Good. And a nice length in your thoracic spine. Inhale, deep breath in. Good. Exhale, release. On your next inhalation, you're going to take your right leg. We're going to find Marikiyasana. Bring your heel back towards your pelvis. Plant your right foot firmly into the earth. And continue to flex through your left foot. Now take your hand and find that strap. You should have it close. If the bind is not accessible, if that's not a compression point for you that's accessible, you're more than welcome to use your straps. You want to take your right hand, slide it on your inner right thigh and around. Find the bind. Or again, option to use your strap. Just lay your strap really close to your side, grab your strap, and then grab it with the opposite hand and find the twist in the bind there with your strap. It's all about the target areas. It's not about whether you can reach the bind. Again, we're all built differently, anatomically built. We're built differently anatomically. So it's all about just finding the posture and taking the form of the posture, not letting the posture take the form of you. Good. So continue to flex through that left foot. You're going to feel this in your left back of your leg, your right groin. And then once you have the posture and you feel your compression points, maybe you have a slight lean forward to engage your thoracic lumbar spine. Lower the crown of your head. Good. One more inhale. Good. And exhale, keep that foot firmly planted into the earth. On your next inhalation, go ahead and release your bind. Lower your right knee down and place the right sole of your feet on your inner left leg. And then dial your left foot towards the left corner of your mat. We're going to come into Janir Sukhasana. Take your hands, reach forward. Option to grab the outer edges of your feet, ankles, or your calf, wherever your compression point is of your chest forward towards your thigh. And where should you feel this? You should feel this in the back of your left leg again. You should feel this in your groin area. And you should feel a nice lengthening in your thoracic lumbar spine. As long as you feel that, it's not important that you touch your nose to your thigh. It's all about stimulating and engaging those target areas. Hold here, one more breath, inhale. And exhale. On your next inhalation, go ahead and rise slightly. Good. Stamp both feet into the earth, knees nice and high, and then take your hands. Place them behind your back. A lot of work with our inner thighs and our groin areas. We get a light release. Going to sway your knees right to left. Rocking from your inner to outer edges of your feet. Let that feel good. Nice release to your lower back as well. And then when you're ready, go ahead and find stillness. Good. Find a crisscross applesauce back into your easy pose, and then come forward. Back into tabletop posture once more. We're going to even things out, and we'll do the other side. So just here momentarily. Inhale, re-engage the breath. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. Heels down towards the earth. There it is. Inhale, raise your left heel high. Good. Continue to find lengthen that right heel down. Dial down your left heel. Keep that connection of your hands into the earth. And then find flexion of your chest. Good. Towards your thigh. Good. Inhale, deep breath in. Exhale, embrace that lightness. Bring your foot forward. Gently land. Nice and quiet. Shedding the weight. Inhale, option to lift to your fingertips. Exhale, sink the shoulders down. Spread your palms wide. Good. Inhale, high crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Find the steadiness of your breath, steadiness of your quad muscle and your front leg. Reach your hands high. Good. Keep that front knee right over your front ankle. Nice long length. You're going to feel this right in your groin area as you continue to lengthen from your right hip down to your right heel. Inhale, option to come on back, embrace that slight back bend to your lumbar spine. Exhale, option to go ahead and release that. Come into warrior two. Make your adjustments. Maybe your shoulders come back. Stack them over your hips and sink a little bit lower. This time your right hip opens up. You'll feel it in your left groin area. Good. Remember your kidney meridians, outer edges of your pinky toe. So really press firmly that back foot into your mat as you pivot your left big toe inward. One more inhale. Exhale, sink a little bit lower. Inhale, tee your arms, heels out, or heels in rather, toes out. Exhale, we're gonna find a yogi squat. If that block is near, bring your feet a little bit more inward and rest your bum. Just park it a while, right on your block. Rest your elbows on your inner thighs, inside your knees, and press your palms firmly together. Let's breathe here for a few breaths. Inhale, press firmly into your palms. And exhale, press your elbows. Widen your inner thighs, allow your hips to open. And then as you press into your palms, maybe your spine, thoracic spine, lengthens a little bit more. Shoulders go back. Gaze is forward. One more inhale. And exhale. On your next inhalation, go ahead and find one hand to the earth. Press forward, remove your block, place it to the right or the left. Then release into a forward fold. Press your thighs behind the wall behind you once more. Nice length all the way from hip crease to the outer edges of your kidney meridians where they begin in your feet. Blood rush forward. You'll feel that. Good. Running across your forehead. Good. Press your palms into the earth. And if your palms don't quite reach the earth, that's fine. You can just leave your fingertips cupped. Good. Just remember, as long as you feel it in your target areas, the back of your legs and your spine. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Press your hands into your shins and your thighs. Back gets nice and long. Exhale, low lunge. Come on down. Plant your palms. Inhale, step forward. Exhale, rest your bum out. Let's come back into staff pose. We're going to do our other side here. Place your hands right at your hips. Nice long spine. Bend the elbows back towards your buttocks. Flex through the feet. Good. You should feel that. Nice stretch at the back line of your legs. Good. Calves are strengthening as well. Good. One more inhale. Good. Exhale, release the breath. Send your shoulders down. Inhale, slide your left foot up. Bring your heel into the back of your thigh, as much as your body will allow. Good. And exhale,
Take your hand, thread it around. Wherever your strap, if you need your strap on the other side, perhaps you need it on this side as well. Or gather the bind, take your left hand, thread it around the front of your knee, and then take your opposite hand, find the bind, or use your strap and continue to flex through your right foot. You feel a nice stretch, straight through your heel, back line of your leg. One more inhale, exhale, come on forward. Engage that thoracic lumbar spine. Good. Marikiasana is a wonderful posture, a nice influx and an outflux of energy through the soles of your feet. And with your bind of your strap of your hands, you're bringing energy internally as you flex forward your chest towards your thigh. Really powerful posture. One more inhale. Good. Exhale, come on and release. Rise up. On your next inhalation, find the dowel of your right foot towards the right corner of your mat. Press firmly. Everybody's compression point is different again. So your heel may come on a little further towards your pelvis, or it may just scoot up just a little bit further towards your knee, and that's fine too. So inhale, place your foot firmly. Option to raise your hands high. Exhale, come into Junior Sukhasana. Continue to press your left knee down towards the earth. If it doesn't quite reach, that's okay. Find the compression point of your fingertips towards the outer edges of your feet, ankles, and then maybe you bring your elbows inward. Breathe into your target areas, your lower back. Embrace that compression of your chest, the compression of your foot against your inner leg. And then flex through that right foot so you can really feel that target area, the back of your right leg. Beautiful. One more inhale. Exhale. Perhaps you sink a little lower. Perhaps you breathe just where you are. Good. Inhale. Slowly rise back up. Let that feel good. And then find crisscross applesauce of your legs. Inhale, tabletop. And grab your block as you float towards the top of your mat. You'll need it. Good. Inhale, tabletop. Now exhale, four-limb staff pose. You're going to walk your toes back, press into the ball mounds of your feet, bend your elbows. So rather than elbows bend out, bring them inward towards your rib cage. You're going to hold for 2 breaths here. Rest your forehead on your block. We're going to stimulate those urinary bladder meridians as you strengthen your heels, as you press into the ball mounds of your feet. 2 breaths here. One more inhale. Exhale, let it go. Move your block forward. Rest your left cheek or right cheek on your mat. Let your heels flop to the right or the left. That should feel really, really good. Embrace the coolness of all that yin energy that hangs low. Nice. And breathe. Next, inhale, bring your chin to center. We're not done yet. We're going to do a nice seal pose. Good. We're going to engage and stimulate those meridians a little bit more. Cup your hands to the right and left of your mat. Press the tops of your feet into your mat and lift your chest. Embrace your lower back. So for more of a back engagement of your lower back, you can bring your feet closer. Keep them spread apart for less engagement. Send your shoulders back down towards your tailbone. Embrace the target areas as you continue to breathe. Press into the tops of your feet, stimulating your ankles. Good. And the lower back, your lumbar spine, and a nice heart opener as well here, as you might see. One more inhale. Exhale, come on back down towards the earth and rest the opposite cheek. Good. More coolness and yin energy as we come to a close of our practice. Wonderful. Maybe you bask in that warmth of that sunlight too that you felt. That nice peace and serenity as you had your breakthrough from the depths of the ocean floor. Good. Inhale, bring your chin to center. Exhale, extend your left hand long, maybe a little bit past the horizon of your mat. And come on and rock on over to your left side. Good. Keep the feet extended long towards the back of your mat. And on your next inhalation, go ahead and bend your right knee. And then take your right ankle and place it at your right buttocks. Find your compression point. If this isn't acceptable to you to place your top of your hand and walk your fingertips towards your ankle, that's fine. Find what works for you. I'm gonna move over just a little bit. Good. Perhaps you just grab the top of your foot and then bring your knee just a little bit inward towards your inner thigh. Just remember your compression points. What you want to feel this. Target area of the posture is your ankle. Nice flexion of your ankle. Slight back bend, so you want to feel this in your thoracic lumbar spine. Good. Send your heel a little bit closer towards your buttocks. Inhale, nice stretch. Continue to stretch through the left foot. Good. One more inhale, breathe. Exhale, let's go ahead and release that. Come on over to the soft of your belly. Extend your fingertips long, your toes long towards the back of your mat. Good. Let's do the other side here. Come on over and rock on to your right side. Find a nice length in your right fingertips. Straighten out your body first. Flex your toes. And on your inhale, go ahead and bend into your left knee. Calf to the top of your right foot, wherever your compression points lie. Option to walk your fingertips towards your ankle. Good, and then bring your knee inward. And then flex your heel towards your buttocks. You feel your quads engaging. Slight back bend here. Good. One more inhale, hold. And exhale, go ahead and release that. Nice stretch. Good. Perhaps you inhale, rise one more time. Extend your fingertips just for like a Superman pose. Embrace the lightness of the air around you. Point the toes back, fingertips forward. Lower your head. Exhale, go ahead and release. And then release all breath. And then take your right hand, place it on your mat. We're going to roll on over to the back. We're going to find our peace and serenity that we had at the beginning of practice. We're going to continue. And perhaps you imagine you're floating on a cloud as you've embraced that lightness, that joy, that peace. Spread your legs wide and rest the cups of your fingers, the tops of your hands rather, wherever they fall. Relax your toes. A lot of work with the ankles, your feet. Ankles, calves, quads and hamstrings, pelvis, your groin. Let it all go. Rest your back, your shoulders. Let your head hang heavy. And if you'd like, at least try to stay in your Shavasana for at least 5 minutes or longer. One of the most important parts of practice. Release the sound of my voice and I'll call you out when it's time.
As you're ready, if you're ready to begin and connect again to the external world, bring your attention back to your body. Slow movements to your toes, tops of your feet. Perhaps bring some movement back to your ankles. Flutter your fingertips. Rotate your wrist. Sway your head right to left, left to right. And then whenever your heart's desire is ready, to roll on over to your side, either side of your choosing. You place one hand connected to the earth, make a bicep pillow with your other hand. And as you're ready, come on up into a seated position. Crisscross applesauce your legs. Bring your hands at heart center. Lift your chest and heart and spread your elbows right to left. Bring your palms to third eye center. Always mindfulness of our practice. Slide your thumbs down the bridge of your nose towards your lips. Kind words always and only. Re-raise your hands to third eye center. We bow forward in gratitude for our practice. Namaste. Gratitude, yogis, for sharing in practice today our body's relationship with water. We're in the middle of, or the beginning rather, of a month-long intention of our body's relationship with water. To learn more about intention, or if you'd like to share with this challenge, just join us on Instagram at Victoria _align. And yeah, admonish you to do this practice at least 2 to 3 times a week, however that fits into your schedule. And awesome, beautiful. Look forward to seeing you again and sharing in the next session. Namaste.